say, can you see? Way to go, guys. Way to go, guys. Watch your back.
It's unbelievable. I mean, this has been an awesome race. You know, I was very happy the way I ended the spring in Europe, and to come here and take a break after Liège and be able to ride here for Dave. You know, being that close to winning the race outright, and myself riding well. I mean, it's just been awesome. The team was awesome the whole time.
You know, not taking anything away from my teammates. You know, they did a wonderful job. Tony Martin and TJ Van Garderen. You know, we had no help. And Garmin, who had a lot of numbers, attacked us from the gun, but they couldn't crack us, and we're relieved it's over.
So this mostly builds a lot of confidence and strength in the team. Obviously, California team, American sponsors, it's huge for us, but more importantly, I think it really pulls this team together for maybe the biggest sporting event in the world in the Tour de France.
We rode aggressive from the start to try to set up a situation where Dave could take back the time. You know, end of the day, HCC Columbia rode a perfect race as a team. They met it out their energy ideally, and Michael Rogers was the best rider in the race.
It's good for the team. For me, I'm a little tired of getting second in this race, but I think eventually I think I can pull it off. I mean, this year I came in with basically zero confidence, and I've been feeling like crap, and to bring it up to the level that I had, just based on my excitement for this event, was impressive in itself.
So Michael, you've just run the Tour of California, one of the best races of your career. But going back 3 years to the Tour de France, you had a very bad crash when you were the virtual maillot jaune of that race. And how does it feel now to be back on the top of your form?
It's certainly very nice. It's been pretty much from 2007 up until this year. It has been kind of a tough period of my life, and this year I've really put it back on track, and this is my second win for the season, and I'm over the moon. Really, it's been a long, hard track back. But I think it's moments like these, you savour it a lot more than you would if it was easy the whole time.
What do you feel was the turning point in the last 2 years?
I think I kind of got to the end of 2009 and kind of really thought about life, general life, and though I was very happy with my way my family is, and I wasn't really happy with the way my cycling was going, and I decided I had to do something about it. I started working, training very differently. I started to work with Aldo Sassi, who's always been a very close friend, from the MAP days. My wife, my mother-in-law, they all worked for MAP, and it was always too close to me to really realise that it was just there, and they were so willing to help.
So how did you get back to him, as your trainer? What happened?
I just picked up the phone and said, Aldo, we need to speak. And I met him a couple of days later for lunch and asked him if we could work together again. We worked very closely 2001, 2002 in my first couple of years as a professional, and and then I changed teams, went to Quick Step, and we kind of lost that close relationship. And like I said, it was just under my nose for so many years, and it was almost so close that I didn't really recognise, all the experience and the success that Aldo's had. And
specifically, what has he made you do differently in terms of?
I think he taught me how to train. I suppose. My first years as a professional, I ran off a lot of talent, but then to make it to the next level, a change of life has to occur. You have to really, do all them little tiny things perfect, and I started treating every training day as almost a race, and it's worked so far.
Do you think it's a coincidence that today that Ivan Basso and Cadell Evans, who also worked with Aldo, were first and second in the Giro, and you've won the Tour of California.
Yeah, well, it certainly speaks for Aldo. You know, he's been training, you know, elite athletes and for a lifetime, and it's what he loves. You know, he stayed up all night, you know, in Europe to watch the time trial yesterday, and called me straight after it, and he wanted to hear my feedback about, you know, how I felt and you know, whether I was on top of my game, and it's more than a coach. It's a really close, almost a very close relationship, and you know, that's what you need to take to the next level.
Yeah. And he's battling cancer. You know,
That's correct.
He's
Yeah.
had
I
brain
mean,
cancer.
he's going through a very tough time at the moment, and you know, it's I think he finds a lot of personal satisfaction out of, you know, the right results that not only I'm doing, but obviously Ivan and Cadell, and you know, I hope that gives him the energy to beat it.
And you're going to be returning to the Tour de France this year.
I will be.
Was one of the top contenders.
Yeah. You know, I really hope I can finish in the top 5. You know, if I can continue the progression that I've had this year, and everything goes, you know, perfectly, I really think I'm a good shot at it. You know, I see obviously Contador. You know, he's probably a step above everyone, but then I really think there's a bunch of guys that are all together and in physical condition. So I certainly hope to be part of that, and I look forward to July.
And how would you rate this race win? Is it on the level of a Dauphiné or a Tour of Switzerland?
I think it is, yeah, for me, yeah. You know, obviously riding for a California-based team, HTC Columbia, this is, you know, as important as it comes. You know, obviously the tour's a little bit more important, I think, but you know, this is a huge step for us.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.